and welcome to our angel readings. Let's start with our opening prayer and off we go. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so I'm going to grab my cards. That's hidden over here. And we have our angel book today. So I'm going to use our Angel Healing book by Claire Nahad. It's one of my favorite ones, and we're going to use it for some divination because it asked us to. So we're going to do what we're told. Okay, our first question is, hi, beautiful sky. I feel disconnected to my home. Sometimes I feel I don't have a home. Can you help me ground with the divine Mother Earth energy? Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing, Archangel Jophiel's coming in really strong, and she's the angel of the home. So I'm seeing that your energy is not on your home. So that's the first thing. Let's just pull off other people's energy from your home and replace it with yours. And this is very powerful to do if you've just moved house, or if someone's just moved out, or if this is like a property you're renting, just removing that person's energy and replacing it with yours. And then we're going to put divine protection around the house, place angels at the windows and at the doors. And then you want to tell your angels what energies you'd like having to run through which areas of the house. So for example, in the kitchen, in my house, I have loving communication, I have joy, I have play, I have, what's it called? Collaborative cooking. I have, what's the word? Nurturing. So the kitchen is like the heart of the home, right? So that's that energy of feeling deeply nourished and nurtured. In the living room, I have the energy of what's it called? Rest and collaboration and celebration. And so what energy, and bedrooms have the energy of like sleep and restoration and renewal and repair, right? So that's the energy that you want to be thinking, what energies do I want in the different rooms of my house? In my office, I have the energy of innovation, of excitement, of breakthroughs, of revelations, of divine connection, of miracles, right? Of discipline and devotion and duty. You want to decide what laws of the universe to pull in and really channel them in. So I'm going to give you a second to just connect with the energies that you'd like in your home, and we're just going to pull those in. Okay. Next question. Okay, Aisha Dove is saying, hi Sky, hope you're well today. Can I have a reading about my financial situation? I feel so limited and tight. How can I allow more wealth into my life? Okay, so immediately they're showing me that you need to open more bank accounts. So sometimes you need more spaces for the money to go, and a lot of people only have one bank account. So you ideally should have a bank account, a savings account, an investment account, and multiple places for the money to go. So like you can, and also it also helps you divide your money into different income streams. So the card that came up for you is Archangel Raphael. Breathe. Right? Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. So we're going to breathe God's life and God's movement into your bank account. Okay. I want you to imagine your bank account in front of me, and I want you to take a deep breath, filling your lungs with that divine light. And then I want you to blow God's energy, blow God's love, blow God's abundance into your bank account, into your wallet, into your the financial center of your life or the wheel of your life. Okay. Okay, hi Sky. Really sorry, but last time I didn't understand your message about my divine purpose in relation to my work. Can I ask about it? You said I waste my time, but I'm confused. Thank you again. Okay, so when I'm channeling the information, it's messages I'm getting from your angels. So if they say you're wasting your time in relation to your divine life purpose, what it means is that you are either skipping from like task to task. So let's say you get guided to write a book or you get guided to do one-to-one clients, and you are you're not really focused on that, right? That's what they mean by wasting time. So, very often in building a spiritual business or a divine life purpose, we focus on tasks that don't actually create the result that we want. So to bring in one-to-one clients, you have to focus on communicating, becoming more visible, talking to the needs of those clients. It's not enough just to sit in meditation, right? And meditation is like the first step, but then the divine action, when they guide you to become more visible, to talk to the clients about their needs, to implement the structure, things like, getting acuity and building your website so that those people can come through. Those are like the divine action steps. So when they're saying that you're wasting your time, what they're saying is that you are not understanding how precious and valuable your time is, and how you have to really choose what your purpose is. The other way that people waste their time is that they will get a job that has nothing to do with their divine life purpose, because deep down they don't believe that they can make money from their divine gifts, and then they split their energy and they're exhausted from the resentment at having to do a job that they don't like, and they're exhausted um um at the resentment that they have to make money. So then you have to really do the work on I resent having to earn money, so that you can actually show up for your divine life purpose without that energy of resistance or rebellion going on. A lot of us are deeply angry about having to earn money. So then we sabotage every way that we could possibly earn it, right? We don't like depending on something. And that can often come from like a very deep mother wound or a very deep father wound. A very deep father wound shows up as a provider. Very deep mother wound shows up as a receiving or an opening wound. So let's just take a moment to clear the resistance, right? Your resistance to being radically honest with yourself about where you're wasting your time. Only you know that, right? I'm not there. I don't know what you're doing with your time. So if they're saying that, and if that's what came up in the last message, radical honesty, where do you waste your time? So for me, where I wasted most of my time, just in case that helps, is I used to clean my whole house, right? Now I have cleaners, but I used to clean my whole house, and I used to be very precious about it, which took 12 to 20 hours a week, right? 3 hours a day, clean after breakfast, clean after lunch, clean after dinner, 2 hours, an hour a day, especially with a small baby, an hour and a half roughly for laundry. So do laundry in, laundry hanging up, ironing, then organizing, right? Decluttering, upsizing, downsizing, hoovering, so that it was roughly 15 hours a week that I could have been doing one-to-one sessions, that I could have been writing books, that I could have been saving lives, right? That I was wasting my time cleaning the house. The other place um, that I wasted a lot of time was Netflix. So I really had to cut back to, no more than an hour, 2 hours or 3 hours a week. That was a big thing, trying to numb with Netflix or numb with TV, and instead replacing it with yoga and Pilates and, positive, um, positive things that were in alignment with my goals. Let's like in areas where I want to become a better parent, or I want to become a better wife, or a better spiritual teacher, or project management skills. if you have 2 hours to spend on Netflix, you have an hour to work out and an hour to do a hypnosis guided meditation, or receive a healing session, or receive some Reiki, or do a massage, or oil your hair, or have a bubble bath. So things that are much more powerful forms of self-care, things like meal prepping and wardrobe prepping, like organizing outfits and things for the week ahead, that are a much more nourishing than numbing out, right? And 2 hours of meditation is way more nourishing than 2 hours of Netflix. But the ego is very deceptive. So the ego mind is very deceptive. So where are the places where you are wasting your time? Is it that you're spending a lot of time dealing with other people's drama? Is it that you're spending a lot of time what's it called? What's the word? Organizing somebody else's mess or someone else's stuff. Look at where the energy is leaking. But this is like a very important one as well. So if you're triggered by the feedback that you get from your angels, be with the trigger, because the angels never ever give you feedback in a way that's there to judge you, right? But there's a deeper level of self-inquiry involved. And for me, especially, like the bit that triggers me the most, and you can see me even like fiddling with my ear, is where they tell me that, people close to me are draining my energy, or that like a friend is like gossiping or using me, or I'm having an issue with an employee. I hate that. I mean, I really hate it when they tell me that, because my instinct is to look for somebody's good. And it really triggers my good girl trauma, which I've worked through a lot, and it really triggers guilt, right? So whenever your angels give you feedback that might be triggering, go to those childhood wounds, those places where adults kind of masked abuse as feedback, and do the work, because it's blocking you from being able to receive divine feedback that will save you years of your life, right? Another place where I really block it is because I still have worthiness issues in that area, is making passive income. So I haven't released a lot of the meditations I've created. I haven't released a lot of the resources that I've made, because deep down I don't feel worthy of making money whilst I sleep. Deep down I still believe that I have to keep working for that money, right? And this is very relevant to those people that are asking the question, how do I increase my income level? There are so many ways. So you want to open multiple bank accounts to give more space for the money to come in. You want to look at passive streams of income, things like creating an online product, like an online journal, or an online masterclass or workshop, or what's it called? Books or t-shirts or mugs. You want to look at creating streams of income by like reviewing books or TVs. You can make up to $3,000 a month just by reviewing products on Amazon, or reviewing what's it called? TV documentaries. There are so many ways that you can make extra income. But first, you have to deal with the part of you that believes that you can't, because it will stop you from having the energy. It takes up so much energy to panic about not having enough money. It takes up so much energy, right? To panic about not being able to fulfill your divine life purpose. The trauma takes more energy than the divine action. So it's about getting really quiet, especially when you're getting like angelic feedback, and going, okay, where is this true for me? And then doing the work to release it and let go. For me, the core was that I got my value from helping people. So my self-worth was something that was on the table still in that area. If I wasn't helping someone, then I didn't feel worthy of love. And until I resolved that, there was this block to me not just making more income, but for me allowing other people to support me and help me in the way that I needed, and for me showing up on a higher level in my divine life purpose, because I was afraid I would burn out. Until that belief was gone, there was a real belief that I would manifest illness, or that I would manifest burnout, or that I just wouldn't be able to handle that level of visibility, because there was a deep belief that I personally, like in person, had to help everybody. And that was from being forced as a child, right, to help others, and being told that, I was only a good person because I helped others, and that the whole purpose of life was to serve others, which meant that I wasn't lovable in my own right. I was only lovable when I was in service, or when I was helping, which is part of the good girl trauma. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Sarah saying, hi, Sky. Can I have a scan on my feet and my hand chakras? Okay, so your feet chakras are closed when I'm scanning them. So I really recommend that you go out and you stand on the grass or you stand on the sand and that you really massage your feet, but your feet are closed and they're actually showing me some kind of pain in your feet. So massaging your feet with castor oil or massaging your feet with CBD oil, like there's a real energy of that your feet needing a lot of TLC and the chakra needing to be opened and reconnected with the heart of Mother Earth. The hand chakras are like, they're really wide open, but they're also dirty. So I would do an energy cleanse, like really imagining powerful divine light just clearing out your hand chakras so that it's you're freely giving and receiving, but there's some kind of pain in the hands as well. So we're like, they're really showing me, I'm not sure if like heavy criticism, but heavy of how you go about doing things and how you are executing or implementing your dreams and goals is going on in the unconscious mind. There's always a belief that you could do better that needs to be cleared up. So we're going to ask for a healing on your hands around those beliefs. Just going to bring in Archangel Raphael and ask for an instant healing on your hands and an opening of your feet chakras and a healing of your feet chakras. I'm just witnessing that when I have my eyes closed. Okay. Matisse is saying, hello. Hi, Matisse. Here is saying, hi, Skylar. Will you do a reading for my married life for the next 3 months? We can ask. What I'll do is I'll draw one card per month. Okay. I can't go as deep as I would like with these readings when it comes to like that level, like detail for 3 months, but we can do a light reading of the next 3 months of your marriage. I think you've just gone through some kind of period of conflict that's now resolved. What the angels are showing me. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so month 1. Remember who you are. Right? Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. This card is about not losing yourself in the relationship and realizing that very often what your partner tells you that will make them happy isn't true. If you were to become who they want you to be so that they will be happy, they will just not only lose respect for you, right? Because you're willing to completely destroy your personality and your identity for them, but they have no idea what's going to make them happy. Most humans don't, right? Anytime that somebody is giving their power away like that, they're like, I'll be happy when my partner does what I want. I'll be happy when I have control of another person. Control never creates power. It never creates joy. It never creates happiness. So it's an illusion of consciousness. Even if they had complete control over you, it wouldn't make them happy. Right? So in a marriage, in any relationship, your job is to be yourself. Why? Because that gives them permission to be themselves, and it creates an opportunity for true love, because true love can only exist in a place where somebody is authentically being themselves. This is the courage, like stick with being you and with showing up as you, whilst being as kind and as loving to them as possible and giving them permission to be themselves. Right? So that's the message that's coming up very strongly in this card. Archangel Michael's like a protection angel. So this energy of do not fall for the illusion that becoming somebody else will save this marriage. The more you're true to yourself, the happier the marriage will be. The next card you have is outdoors. This is Archangel Raphael saying go outside, get some fresh air and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new connective ideas. So this is the angels telling you, like, we're still on this theme of putting yourself as a priority, getting out of the home, having your own friends, having your own hobbies, having your own life, not necessarily separate from that person, but so that there's space for two people in the marriage. Instead of this idea of both of you becoming one, it's the idea of both of you sharing a life, becoming a space for both of you to become the lights you're capable of being in the world, instead of one of you like dimming your light so you can both be one light. You are two completely separate lights, making space for that, right? Not making them the center, but really making your divine guidance, making God the center of the marriage, and really following your own hobbies, your own pursuits, your own divine life purpose. Having things inside your life that are not about making money or being visible or serving, like hobbies, real hobbies, like just painting for the joy of it, just gardening for the joy of it, just canoeing for the joy of it. Not everything has to be recorded. Not everything has to be on social media. Some things should just be for the joy. That's what a hobby is, right? It's just for the pleasure that it gives you. It's a way that you reconnect with yourself. And creativity is an essential part of healing, an essential part of how we reconnect with ourselves. It is not a waste of time, right? It is not a waste of time. It is essential to our ability to heal and well-being. And the next month is courage. Archangel Ariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So we're back to this theme of conflict coming up. Many people avoid conflict in marriage and in relationships. And then what happens is things fester and it just gets worse as time goes on. However, it's an illusion that fighting is facing your fears or facing your conflicts, right? Fighting doesn't face a fear. Okay. What faces a fear is you doing the deep internal and healing work and then taking the divine guided action. Okay. Fighting about stuff doesn't solve the fear, doesn't mean that you face the fear. The only thing powerful enough to do that is reconnecting with God and making decisions based on your divine life purpose. So it's the courage to face the places where you believe you're not lovable, the courage to do the work for you, not because you want to save the relationship or save the marriage, but because you deserve true intimacy, you deserve true love, and you know that you can't have that until you allow yourself to remove the blocks that are within your heart to receiving it. And this is like, you can see that the lion's kind of hidden here in the background. So there's an energy, and this is a very divine feminine thing. It's like this energy of moving in silence, of doing self-care, of taking care of you, of allowing yourself to step into your full feminine lioness strength, not as a way of trying to make someone love you or make someone respect you, but as a way of creating this new standards for yourself. So what often happens when we go into relationships to discover our worth is that we will start behaving the way that we would behave if we really felt worthy when we're in conflict. So we argue with our partner and then we eat well, we go to the gym. It's like they call it the revenge body, right? The woman leaves the marriage and then she takes care of her body. She loses the what's it called? Any excess protection weight. She starts working on her self-esteem. She raises her standards, and then the moment they get into a relationship again, they go back to their old pattern of being, right? And that's fake self-worth. It's fake self-worth. It means that you never actually you're not gone deep enough with this. Your self-care, you taking care of your body, you feeding yourself properly, you exercising and sleeping, you having a high standards for who's allowed into your world, right, should always be there. It should not be connected to a guy at all. It should have nothing to do with whether you're arguing with your partner or not. This is about you and your values and who you are, right? So this idea that you increase your worth, or you act like a high value woman when you're in conflict, it's superficial at best, right? And destructive at worst. If your standards for yourself are low, if your self-care is low, if your self-worth is low, you need to work on that for you. For you. It's not about your partner, right? So if you're using conflict to increase your self-worth, stop it. Use healing and your connection with God to increase your self-worth, right? Stop obligating your partner to fight with you or put you down so you'll remember your worthiness of your good, so you'll remember who you are. Just remember who you are, period. Stop giving your power away. Stop giving the energy away to conflict. You don't need conflict to remind you that you're valuable. You are valuable. You come first. That is how a healthy marriage works. That is how a healthy parent-child relationship works. That is how you teach a child self-care and self-worth, is by having self-care and acting in a way that shows that you prioritize high values and high standards for yourself. Okay, so next one. Noran saying, hi Sky, can I have an angel message? Of course you can. Let's have a look. Okay. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel, I'm bringing you Stoic information, symbols, and helping you understand spiritual truths. So you're channeling, like you're really, really channeling. And I'm really getting this worth theme again. Yeah, so the second card is brilliant idea. I'm getting that you are understanding how financially valuable, how spiritually valuable, how precious these Stoic gifts that are coming through you are. And in Course in Miracles, it says that if you treat your divine gifts like toys, then they will always be toys. If you treat them like powerful tools and that contain supernatural power, then that is what they will be. Right? If I was treating my healing tools like a toy, then they would be something that I kind of use when I have the cold, or that I use in the background when a family member asks me to pray when they get sick. But because I treat it like a supernatural power and a divine miraculous gift, I train hundreds of people to become powerful medical intuitives. I regularly watch people go into remission from terminal diseases because I am not treating my spiritual gifts like toys. I am treating them like the divine treasures that they are. I am treating them with the respect and putting them in a container where they're able to manifest in their full power and give others permission to manifest that full power as well. So this is like a very strong message that your ideas are brilliant, that the channeling and the information coming through you is important, and to stop treating these ideas like toys or like, oh, la 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 la, it's just woo woo or soft and fluffy, and really start being like, this is powerful. This is going to create huge change in humanity. This needs to be shared with the world. How can I put it in a safe spiritual container so that other people can use this to alchemize, so that other people can use this to heal, so that I can use this to heal and to grow and to evolve? How can this serve? And then communicating that. Stop underestimating the power of your spiritual gifts. Stop treating your treasures like toys. Okay, Kate is saying, hi, Sky. I'd love a scan and a reading today and any guidance that comes through. Thank you. Okay, Kate, let's ask. Gosh, my love, you feel so sad. Just going to see what comes up for the cards for you. Courage. Courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Comfort. Archangel Azrael is with you. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Passion. Hanael, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So there's some kind of emotional abuse going on here. There really is some kind of emotional abuse going on here. Archangel Azrael coming in so strong, really comforting this part of you that's been blindsided, that's been hurt, that's not had the nurturing and the support that it needs. This really feeling alone as you step into the next stage of your journey. And this passion, like one of the hardest things for me that their angels are actually showing me is relevant, like they're asking me to share it, is that I really didn't understand how valuable my gifts were, but also how important it was that I finished the work. I didn't understand. I really didn't understand. It took my son being born. It took being betrayed by 2 different mentors. It took a friend dying for me to understand, for me to shift from this energy of I've got time to this energy of, you can feel me coughing, right? You can see it's still personal, to this energy of it's important, it's urgent, it needs to be done now. And that's what I'm getting for you is I know it's really hard. Gosh, it's really triggering my throat chakra. I know it's really hard, but you have to move. You have to get up and move. You have to get up out of this energy of sadness and self-pity, and you have to move through yoga practice, move through to music, move your body through this sadness, move through the grief of losing the people that you thought would be on this journey with you, but move, because what you've got What you've got is going to change the world. Move, like keep moving your body, just keep moving. There's a real, I would invoke the law of momentum, and I would breathe it into every area of your life that feels stagnant or stuck. Don't ignore the emotional abuse. Do not ignore it. Get to a safe place. Tell the person that you're going to rent an Airbnb, or you're going to go stay with a friend, or you're going to go stay with your parents for a while. Do not ignore the emotional abuse. Move away from that person if you need to, but do not ignore it. Create the space for you to do what you need to do. Hold the line. There's real courage required here, but hold the line. Hold the line. That's why I'm getting told over. Hold the line. Stand your ground. Gifts from God. We angels are bringing you gifts from the Creator. Open your arms to receive. So that the emotional abuse is draining you so much that you then are not having the energy for your divine life purpose. So you need to get away from it, darling. I'm really sorry that you're going through it now, especially when there's already so much other stuff going on. But it's important. It's important to face it. Okay, so the angels are showing me, how does emotional abuse manifest? So the effects of emotional abuse: exhaustion. So, when you're curled up on the couch and you're like this, or you wake up in the morning and you just have no energy to move, and the cortisol is just not there. There's just no energy. Hyperarousal, not being able to sleep, not being able to concentrate, feeling restless, feeling agitated, feeling like low-grade frustration all the time, feeling aches in your back or in your heart that are just like low-grade aches, walking on eggshells, physical health problems, right? But this is how emotional abuse manifests, and often between 6 to 24 hours after the abuse has taken place, sometimes weeks after the abuse has taken place, which is why so often when you ask somebody, what's going on, you look so sad, and they're like, nothing's really happened, I'm just low. Always ask them, what was going on in your life a week ago? What was going on in your life 2 weeks ago? Right? Because the nervous system it's like a traffic light system is the easiest way to explain it. So if you think that the nervous system is red, yellow, green, right? And when you're in conflict with your partner, or conflict with your parents, or conflict with work, you're in the red. You're scared. You're in fight, flight, freeze. For most women, they go into freeze. To get from fight, flight, freeze, faint, fawn, forget, etc., you have to go through the yellow light, which is the feeling of your real feelings, the anger, the sadness, the regret, the pain, to get to the green light. So when you're actually in conflict, most people, because they go into freeze, they dissociate, they numb, they float out of their body. They don't feel those feelings. They only feel those feelings when it's safe. So when it starts to come out is when you try and go to bed and sleep and you can't sleep, or when you're always exhausted and you can't move or function, because the first time you may have felt alone and safe is inside your bed, or inside your car, or at your best friend's house, or sitting in the park, or when you took your child to nursery. That may have been the first time you were out of the house, or that you were actually away from the source of the potential emotional harm, right? So the body manifests things first as exhaustion, dull pain, hyper stimulation, or hypo stimulation, which is the exhaustion, etc. But just be aware, right, that emotional abuse manifests in these ways, and that not everything that you are attributing to hormones or to is about what you think it's about. There's a real energy today of get rid of emotional abuse in your life. Okay, Oana's saying, hi, Sky. Could I get a healing for my nervous system? I didn't even scan that. We were already talking about it. And my whole being to feel again at peace, safe, and relaxed in my body and the environment. Thank you. Yes, but we just like the last channeling was for you, my love, is that the only way to get to green is to go through yellow. You can't spiritually bypass the emotions from the toxic situations that you're in. A lot of us really have a deep core belief, and this is what the angels are asking me to address, right? And it's so relevant for you. A lot of us have the deep belief that emotional abuse is just something we're going to have to put up with for the rest of our lives, even from ourselves. It is just such a normal part of our existence. We've had it since childhood. It is just so normalized that we believe this is all there is. And we're constantly wondering why we're so unhappy. And it's because we are constantly with people who criticize us, and we're constantly criticizing ourselves, and we're not understanding how damaging emotional abuse is. The first step to stopping emotional abuse is to stop criticizing yourself. If you're pulling in people who are critical of you and you're willing to accept them criticizing you, it's because you are very critical of yourself, right? So Louise Hay would say, stop criticizing yourself, stop scaring yourself. So the criticizing yourself is the hardest one to stop, and then it becomes easier to criticize other people, and you start recognizing that it's not okay and you stop tolerating it, right, in a very big way. And then the next one, stop scaring yourself. Stop telling yourself that when you stop allowing this high level of toxic criticism for yourself and from other people, that you're going to be abandoned, that you're never going to find a partner, that you're going to end up divorced. Releasing criticism from your life, releasing emotional abuse from your world, it's one of the most powerful healing things that you can do for yourself and for your whole family. It's not about getting somebody else to change. It's about getting you to realize that this belief is a lie. Emotional abuse is not normal. It is not okay. And it is not the only thing that exists. There is more out there. But it starts with you. It starts with you realizing, hey, this is a lie I've been telling myself. And I commit to myself that the constant criticism has to stop as of today. Okay, Preeti Singh, hi Sky, many blessings. Could you please give me a reading for how to come to my path as a healer? Thank you. Yep, let's have a look. Okay, so hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel loving blessings. So you have the gift of mediumship, and there's a fear in you of your spiritual gifts that needs to be resolved. A belief that this isn't the appropriate gift, a fear of the spiritual world that's blocking you from fully stepping into your truth as a healer. It's kind of like you got good healer trauma. Like you're only allowed to do the light side of light work instead of going deep into the shadow. There's something, there's a really deep spiritual block around mediumship. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So this card, you can see even the light, right? This card is Archangel Uriel. So it's about cutting away all of the places where you're not allowing yourself to receive divine protection, and all the places where you know you're not following your divine guidance, point blank, period. Right? One of the most powerful questions is, what would my higher self do? If I did feel good, if my trauma was resolved, what choice would I make? And then making that decision anyway. And that's something, it's something that I've used my whole life, almost since I was like 16, 17, is if I did know, right? What would I do? If I was healed, what would I do? What would my higher self do? Before I got into like new age, what would Jesus do? Right? But it's this way of tapping into this divine mind, and making choices about your future from a place of peace, from a place of power, from a place of love, instead of from the past, which is often a place of trauma. So if you were already, a powerful healer, if you knew that your gifts were valuable, if you knew that you had $1 million gifts, if you knew that your gifts were life-saving, right? What would you do? How would you talk about yourself? How would you dress? Who would you hang out with? What would you invest in? What would you buy? Where would you go? Who are you? And then that's how you start to make your decisions. It's how you start to move, and it's how the life starts to recreate, and it's how you do that quantum jump to becoming who you want to become. So if you want to be a healer, who do you want to serve, right? Are you eclectic and you want to help with relationships and money and sexuality and health, or are you a niche? You know, do you mostly want to work in relationships or business, or is there an area you're zoning in on, or are you eclectic? How exactly are you going to package it? What are you going to put in there to help who? And this is stuff I meditate on. This is stuff I ask my God and the angels for help with. Like, what, literally, you want to sit there in front of God and go, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say into whom? Right? You want to get um, into that space of, God, what do I do now? What do I say now? Who am I supposed to be now? And then life starts going, opportunities start coming, people start helping. Like, and you don't have to have everything figured out. Like, I had no idea how to do the tech. I had no money to pay for anything. I was really a child, at 22. I was a child in a woman's body. I had no idea how to make a business work. But because I said to God, okay, I will show up and serve, everything that I needed was brought into me. What I said to God was, I don't know how to do this. If you want me to do this, you're going to have to do it for me. I didn't even say do it with me. I said, do it for me. And within 2 weeks, I found myself on a stage in front of 400 people, right? But you have to surrender. You have to be like, okay, this is my divine life purpose. I'm a healer. Okay, Creator, show me. Where do you want me to go? Who do you want me to help? What do you want me to do? And trusting that every step is the correct step. And it can be very intimidating. Like when I got guided in the middle of like the second year of COVID and halfway through the first year of COVID and lockdowns, heavily pregnant with my son. I'm like, God, what do you want me to do? And he's like, train medical intuitives. And I'm sitting there going, what? I thought you were going to say teach more of another modality. He's like, nope, want you to create your own modality. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. And God is like, I'm asking you to teach people that their healing gift is sacred. I'm asking you to save lives. I am asking you, do you say yes, right? Or do you say no? I'm asking you. So showing up and asking God can be very triggering. God often has much bigger dreams for our life and for our abilities than we are ready for, right? And this is one of the biggest blocks for me, was that I was always putting things in the future. I was like, oh, I'll be like a published author when I'm 50. Oh, I'll like step into my power when I'm like 60, 70. And God was like, no, spiritual awakening at 17, like theta healing at like 24, your own modality at like 30. Like I was like, oh, I'll do it when I'm like 50. And God is like, now. So it's that energy of letting divine intervention happening, letting God recalibrate, letting God refocus, letting God lead the way, and not letting your own inner limitations lead the way, right? Okay. Last one. Hi, Skylar. Can you please read into my spiritual-based business and finances? So there's, just as I'm scanning, there's like a giant wall around the business. And I think this is a really deep need to heal fear of persecution. There's a past life wound here, and you don't want to be found. You don't want people to know. And it's blocking your clients. So let's just take a minute. Let's just take the wall down around your spiritual business. Anyone that's done that and wants their spiritual business to thrive, can we take the wall down? Okay, angel therapy, which is what you're receiving at the moment, and you are safe. Okay, it's safe for you to take flight, and it's safe for you to move with speed, and it's safe for you to be visible and be seen. So let's just energetically bring in the angels to take this wall down. And we're going to bring Archangel Raziel in to help you with the past life trauma. Okay. Bettina saying, hi, love. What's my blind spot around money? Thank you. So what I'm seeing is that what you're doing energetically is you're putting money somewhere in the future. I'll be worthy of money when. when I'm famous, when I'm a published author, when there's like an energy of, I can feel you moving the money away from you, like money's somewhere over there. So I want you to pull it back into your auric field, that money can manifest now, right? That money is available now, not somewhere in the future. A lot of us do that because it was what was done in childhood. You can earn money when you're 18. You can earn money when you graduate. You can earn money when. They were always putting off the financial empowerment of children, and then we do it as adults. So anywhere where you're projecting your financial empowerment into the future, can we release that now? There we go. Okay, beautiful. Okay, Dubravka saying, hi, Sky. Thank you for everything. Can you help me with my inner child? Thank you. Let's just start by sending unconditional love to the inner children. Let's just start there. Okay, so the angels are telling me that you're afraid of your inner child. And a lot of us are, right? A lot of us are. And it's because we were told as children that we were bad, right? Or that we were difficult. And the reason that we were told that is because our parents did not know how to handle their own shame. Our parents didn't know how to emotionally regulate themselves without using shame. So the way that they dealt with our big feelings was to shame us into compliance, right? So now we don't know how to motivate ourselves without shaming ourselves. And we don't know how to deal with our big feelings and how to be present with them. And therefore, we are disconnected from ourselves because our feelings are how we connect, right? How we connect to our soul, how we connect to our essence, how we connect to our heart. Often, how we accept deep truths about ourselves that we've been afraid of or we've been denying. So let's just take a moment to send forgiveness to our parents, right? Forgiveness for what they couldn't teach us. Forgiveness for not knowing how to show us how to control and regulate and navigate our big feelings and our spiritual gifts. Okay, that's looking quite a bit better. Oh, there's another scammer on here, guys. There's quite a few people messaging going, You're selected to get a reading or message. That's not us. That is not me. Okay, I don't do that. Tanya saying, hi, miss you. Hope you're feeling well and blessed. Thank you for everything you do, Miss Sky. Hera was awesome yesterday. Hera is awesome. May I have an inspirational message? Yep, let's have a look. Ah! Confidence. Sir Michael, Archangel Michael. This is a real energy of taking your power back. Right? Just really taking your power back. So anywhere where you've been letting your mind or social media or other people make you feel not confident, not ready, let's just release that now. There we go. Okay. Hi, Sky. May I please have guidance where to focus my energy in terms of career? Thank you so much, Paloma. So the angels are like showing me like a straight line, like this energy of going full in, really committing full blown to your career, and this energy of competing, not being afraid of competing and winning. It's almost like you're trying to prove that you're a nice person, and you're helping a lot of people who are using you to get their work done, using you to hide their own like laziness or lack of what they're doing. I can see, like, I literally see like Archangel Ariel with like a bow and arrow, like going aim, fire, hit the mark. It's almost like an energy of you're doing really well, and the work that you're doing is really high caliber, but you need to communicate about it. So it's almost like the work is hidden because you're not communicating about it. You're not telling people it was you that did it. You're letting people take credit for work that you did. So there's an energy of really just taking stock, refocusing, and then going for exactly what it is that you desire. Veronica Arcilla saying, hi, Sky. Hi, beautiful. Is there a message for the body and backache and foggy and weakness? Many thanks. Emotional abuse, emotional abuse, emotional abuse. Stop hanging out with people. Stop dating people that are emotionally abusive. Stop it. It's showing up in these ways. Just stop it. Let's just take a minute to bring in Archangel Michael and just pull all the emotional abuse everywhere where someone vomited their criticism onto you, or vomited their prejudice and their pain and their trauma onto you. Anywhere where you are absorbing other people's toxic stuff like a sponge, let's release it now. Okay. Let's just do our closing prayer. Oh, great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, amen, namaste.